Have you ever had one of those situations where you know a difficult conversation with an employee or somebody on your team is coming? How do you deal with that? What's the best way to approach that? I believe it's with humility. My name is Grant Botma, and I'm the owner of an Inc. 5000 fastest growing company in America, Stewardship. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to this channel as we're offering information for leadership, for company culture, for management on a weekly basis. Subscribe to this channel now. All right, those difficult conversations that you have to have with team members or employees, they're never fun. Look, we are all imperfect human beings. We're never going to perform or do the things that we exactly need to do, myself included as a leader. And that's where humility comes in. You have to know and understand that as a manager, leader, or business owner, ultimately, your employees, you're responsible for them. Even the actions and things that they're taking that you don't necessarily like, where a difficult conversation might have to happen, you have to look in the mirror and say, what could I have done different? Is there a resource that I could have given him that I didn't? Is there a conversation or a piece of training that I should have had that I didn't? I've had to have difficult conversation with my employees, and most of the time, if I approach it with humility and really look in the mirror, I'd recognize, oh man, I missed something. They were needing something from me and I didn't give it to them, and that led them down this road or this path to taking an action or acting in a way that prevented the results or the outcome that we really needed or wanted. Again, it was my fault. So, what is your call to action this week? If you're going to have a difficult conversation with an employee, make sure that you approach it with humility by doing this. What could I have done different? Ask that question. And make sure you watch your tone. Don't say it with anger. Don't say it with full of emotion. Go to them in humility and say, hey, look, you and I both know that X, Y, and Z is happening. It's not necessarily in the direction that we want. What could I have done different? How could I have led you better? Could I have provided a different resource? Is there something that maybe you were looking for, some help that you needed that you were unable to get? Approach difficult conversations with humility, and that changes everything. One, it's going to make those difficult conversations a lot easier to have for you as a manager or leader. And two, it's going to create some relational equity with you and that employee. Guys, some of the highest performing people on my team are people that I've had to have difficult conversations with in the past. And because those difficult conversations were handled well, now our relationship is galvanized. We're closer. They're more attached to the company culture. They're more attached to the mission of what we're doing, and they attack it even better. Difficult conversations aren't anything that you should run from. They're something that you should lean into with humility. Make sure you subscribe to the Culture Core Show. We're putting videos out just like this once a week. We're excited to help you have and grow a thriving company culture. Attack those conversations, those difficult conversations that you have to have with your team with humility. I'll see you next week.